I'm Mark Saxton.
I'm Joey Cundiff.
And finally coming back around. Been a minute.
Yep. The big fella himself.
Yeah.
Our NFL fantasy man. Just look at him. Beauty of
In
man.
all his glory.
A fantasy man.
Well, for being the fantasy guy, I've whooped his ass in the last 3 weeks, 2-1.
And we are going
Keep
to
saying
discuss.
3 weeks, but
2-1.
okay.
And we are going to discuss this week's first wager of the year.
Yes.
By the way, did we settle pick'ems? Just a jersey between us, or are we getting Cody into?
We're going to get Cody into it.
Okay.
We got to talk about
Well, Cody's down a whole Sunday.
it. Yes, he is.
It's a lot of picks you have to make up, young buck.
Rightfully so.
It's a new guy. Fucks up.
Punk ass.
Matt's only picked 1 week. I think Matt loses already.
Yeah, Matt's the loser.
So, football is heating up. Okay?
It is.
But real quick, I want to touch on something. Just a little, delicate, but you're not interested yet. Give it a month, and you're going to be very interested. Hockey is back! Detroit got their first preseason win. The young lineups are looking good. I don't know if you watched it, but they are flying on that third.
The
third line.
I got a this just in news flash.
Uh-oh.
So usually we go into it's time to talk some shit.
Oh,
And
shit!
Look at Jimmy. There's only 2 there. What a guy, huh?
Catch up.
I remember my first show.
I saw Jimmy crack his. I thought the gig was up.
It is time to talk some shit. Fuck off, Jimmy.
Thought we're audibling right there. Jimmy with the false start. About 4 times. That beer's already halfway drinking. Jesus. But those Detroit lines look quick. I'm gonna put a little bit of money on Detroit is making the playoffs this year. I see it. Not a lot of money, but just a little bit. What do you think?
Here's the thing. As weak as the NFC is, I don't see why not. And that's not a shot at the Lions. I don't think they're a weak team. They're
Really?
definitely not as strong as I thought they
We're
were going
talking
to come
NHL.
out. Oh, my fault. I thought we were talking football. See, Jimmy, you fucked everything up, man. I hate you.
Nice comeback.
I'm also ran out of words.
Mm,
Don't have a lot of my vocabulary. No, I'm actually gonna double down on that. I'm gonna put a little bit of money on it as well. I don't hate some of the moves that Yzerman has made, like you were just talking about, adding the speed,
right.
adding the youth. I wish he would have a little bit of Ken Holland in him and add some more experience, some more veterans. But let's see what these kids can do. Why not?
Yeah, and one last point. When you saw the contract that Bertuzzi signed, you have to be shaking your head right now if you're a Wings fan saying, we could have afforded that. It's a 1-year deal. We got a lot of young cats on this roster. I don't know. That whole deal was supposed to be a whole lot better. The draft pick could have been better, but that's how the lottery goes, buddy.
And I mean, I'm not going to hate it too much if we can find someone that will replace Bertuzzi, but, Joey's got a point. It's really hard to swallow when we haven't seen any signings that could potentially be the new Tuesday.
Especially for a 1-year fucking deal. But I digress. We'll talk about hockey soon. We are moving on to Thursday night football. Detroit.
Where's your shades?
Oh,
Yeah,
you're right.
I've
Jimmy, you
lost-
got to talk louder,
I've
buddy.
lost my shades.
Yeah.
He's lost the right to the shades because he still doesn't have his Zadarius Smith jersey 3 weeks into football season.
Hold on. That is being ordered.
When?
It's already ordered.
It's already
on the way.
ordered.
It's en route.
Okay.
All right, no, I'm lying. It's going to be ordered
Okay.
tomorrow.
I was going to say those are 2 different answers.
No, it's going to be ordered tomorrow, and I'm going to go off the site that you sent the picture to Michaela to.
Okay. Chinese. We order Chinese jerseys here until somebody wants to sponsor us. Till then, let's go, China.
Yeah.
Red Suns. Anyways, Thursday night football. Jimmy, who you got? Detroit versus Green Bay, straight up, and then we'll get into this is going to be our betting We're gonna have parlays. We're gonna have the DraftKings fantasy football. We're gonna kind of speed through this. Jimmy, what do you got?
Detroit.
Bye. Do you have them covering the spread? It's 1.5.
Yeah.
So do I. I got Detroit minus 1.5. Mark, what say you?
I'll tell you right now, boys, you're both wrong. It's in Lambeau, 1.5. I'm gonna take a 3.5 spread for Green Bay.
Woo!
I was thinking up in the line spread by 6.
Aaron Jones will be back this week. Love looked great in that fourth quarter comeback. Our defense looked great once we made adjustments against the Saints. I call the Pack winning by 3.5.
Let's see. If you were to put that right now, you get 157 odds. So, for layman's terms, which we are, $10 will get you 25. Is that going to be part of your parlay or straight up?
Straight up.
You don't love it. All right, Jimmy. So,
no, because I don't do my parlays are strictly Sundays.
I get that. So, my theory for the 1.5 is Detroit. The defense is not better than the Packers. The Packers have a better defense, but what I feel like they're lacking is confidence in their offense. I don't think they're lacking offense, but just confidence in it, and that's why I see the Lions pulling ahead late in this one. What about you for why you're defending your spread?
At this point, I think the Lions are going to kick off right away with their offense on the receiving this time. I think their tight end's starting to fall in place, Laporta, or whatever his name
Yeah,
is.
Sam Laporta.
Yeah. Him and
Nice,
Amona St.
buddy.
Brown are going to get kicked off
And then
right
you go
away.
and say Amona.
Yeah.
Amin Ra.
Get one of them wrong.
Yeah, so one of my favorite lines here that I wanted to let you guys in on a little secret is the passing yards. Let's see here. Passing yards. I'm going to hammer, if you go to alternate lines, Jared Goff over 175 yards passing, and Jordan Love, there's alternate lines you can go, I'm going to take the under on 250 yards. I think that would be safe. Jordan Love is... Thursday night games are always very weird to bet on. Like, I'm not going to...
That's why I stay away from parlays.
Yeah, this isn't going to be a 3-team parlay. I think those are going to be 3 separate bets. But I don't see Jordan Love balling out on this one. I think this division game is going to stay close. Both defenses are going to stay close. But I do see Jared Goff throw in... 175 is a fucking lock, dude. So, Mark, what do you got for some of your special... your parlay? What are you thinking?
I would like to stick with. Actually, let me see your phone real quick. I would like to stick with a lot of the Packers. I'm gonna once again. Jones is coming back.
So you can go rush yards right there.
Jones is coming back, so I would like to. He's not even on there. They don't even list it
rushing
on there.
yards for quarterbacks is on there. That's interesting.
That is interesting. However, if there it is.
Oh, so that's anytime touchdown score plus 650. That's not bad.
Well, I'm definitely going to have him as scoring a touchdown. I wanted a parlay to find with over 75 yards and a tutty. I think that would be a good parlay for Jones.
For rushing?
Yep.
So while you do that, Jimmy, tell me about your fantasy team for Thursday Night Football.
For Thursday night
Or-
football.
yeah.
I gotta pull that one back up. So the hard part is deciding on a captain. I'm taking Laporta. Easy. Jared Goff, St. Brown. I'm gonna take Romeo Dobbs. We're gonna follow
Don't
it
have
up
him on
with Detroit's kicker. And then we're sliding Marvin Jones, huh? Marvin Jones there at the bottom. We're gonna slide in.
I like that, Marvin Jones. So right now you have Laporta as your captain, which is... I don't know about that. What do you think?
He just had a big game. I don't see him having 2 in a row.
I do. That's what happened with Hawkinson. And then he went to the Vikings.
So right now you can't parlay Aaron Jones rushing yards, but the straight up Aaron Jones anytime touchdown, which seems free, $10 wins you $75. That's fucking huge. That
also,
might be
why I wanted to add more yards on him.
that might be the play. The one game that he did play for the majority of, he balled out.
Oh, yeah.
against the
So,
Bears.
so confident of taking the bet. First time touchdown score will be Laporta.
So what's $10 pay on that one?
120.
Jesus Christ,
Oof.
that's a free. That's a little bit of a free bet right there.
I don't know because the first time score kind of changes it for me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you're giving free money. You're giving your money away to Vegas. In,
Yeah.
in that aspect. Jimmy, tell us about your Sunday fantasy team while you're here.
All right. So for
And this will be the team me and Joey have to beat.
So we're gonna kick it off. We're sticking with the Dolphins on this, staying hot. We got Tua, following with Christian McCaffrey. Because of the game matchup, we had the Broncos and Bears. I'm gonna take Javonte Williams. Following with Tyreek Hill, and back to the Bears game, taking DJ Moore. We're gonna hit Joshua Palmer being the number 2 string for the Chargers now. I've just been throwing Otten in there, hoping Mayfield hits him one of these days. Maybe he'll hit once. And we're going to take Ronnie Bell. He did okay for the Niners last week. We're going to try him at 3,400, and we're going to take Dolphins defense.
I think Tua versus the Bills is it sounds nice.
It's not Tua versus, it's give the ball to Tyreek, he'll make it work for you.
Yeah, but it's still that Bills defense, bud.
Tyreek's fast. Do you know what he does warm up for a game? He looks at Madden stats.
Jimmy watched the Denver and Miami game, and now
Freeman.
Oh,
all reality is out the window.
No, that's a legit thing, though. You never.
No, that is
talk
a
about
legit
that?
thing. But this Bills defense has been legit. They lead the league in turnovers. Like this is a legit defense, Jimmy. And I think you're overlooking. I think you're seeing how successful the Dolphins were for one game, and playing too much into that. I think both Dolphins picks that you had are going to cost you. And I think Mark and I, this is a win. Jimmy, what do you think is a fair bet for this week? You're so confident.
Kind of bet are we looking for?
We're looking for drinks.
I'm
thirsty.
I want revenge. Everybody's taking drinks through straws again because that sucked last year. I want to see these two take some shots through some straws.
You want to do that? I'm down.
I need a revenge bet on that
We
one.
can do that.
The whole night, straws.
Yep. Beers and shots.
Yep, when you're here, we will do that. So, I want to do a quick recap from last NFL. It was a terrible betting week for all of us. I still came out positive because some of my parlays hit. I'm telling you guys, bet the 175 passing yards. That is huge. Mark, you went on a little bit of a losing streak.
Oh, it was so bad. I got shut out all weekend, not only in NFL but baseball as well. I am gonna say this though. One of the bets that I almost chose and I didn't, and I wish I would have, was Tyreek, 100 yards plus receiving,
And
and an anytime scorer. Jefferson over 75 yards, anytime scorer. And the last one, I don't remember, but I know that receiver scored because Jimmy and I talked about it, and it was only those three. Now, it was a plus 450, and if I would have thrown $5 down, I believe it would have been like a $20 winner.
Well, that would have helped your weekend. Wouldn't have saved it, but it would have helped.
Yeah.
This last weekend for football was one of the most upsets we've seen. Like, just the sheer amount of upsets and spread covers that we saw was kind of crazy. The money on the Broncos was 65% to cover that spread. That's would you call that a bad beat? Or would you call it an ass whooping?
Yeah, no, that was just what a primetime say. It's an old fashioned butt kick.
That's right. And I also did throw a little parlay on Colorado. All my college football hit. All I needed was Colorado not to lose by 21.5, and I would have won $50. I did not. And now, something I want to touch on is your Padres just tied it up, buddy.
Yes,
That
they
is
did.
live.
Bogarts sack fly. They're now in the bottom of the fifth.
What does this mean for the Padres? As of right now.
It's the season. It's the seat. Relax, Joey. It's only September, okay?
Mhm.
No, once again, like I said about a month ago, it was time to hit the fucking panic button. Now our season is on life support. Ronald Acuna Jr., first of all, congratulations on history. 70 stolen bases, 40 dingers, and you still got 4 games after tonight. And a huge comeback win that helps the Padres.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Thank you. Keeping those Cubs at bay. But for the Padres, every play counts now. I mean, granted, every play always does, but no, this is now every play is under a microscope. Last night didn't go the way we wanted it to. Or was it the night before?
Night before.
The night before. We won last night, lost the night before. Basically, the Padres need to win out. The Reds lost today. The Marlins lost one of the doubleheaders. Everybody's on even playing ground. I need the Cubs, the Marlins, and the Reds all to lose.
What happens if they lose tonight?
If the Padres lose tonight, because the Cubs lost, we're still in it.
And the Marlins won.
The Marlins did win.
So that means everything just got 10 times harder if they lose tonight.
It's just a pain in the ass. So we need to win out. And I don't see the issue with that. This is the finale against against the Giants. We have the day off tomorrow, and then Friday we go to Chicago, go to the South Side. That should be 3 wins.
It's a favorable ending schedule, and Mark and I have been saying this all year. We thought that was going to be the push to first place this last month. You had the A's, the Giants twice, the White Sox.
And listen, the Cubs go from Atlanta
The Brew Crew.
straight to the Brew Crew, and they stay on the road. So they've got a tough schedule ahead of them. The Marlins, they go to Pittsburgh, which both of those teams have been inconsistent. And the Reds go to the Cardinals, which, I don't know. The Cardinals could go either way.
But the Reds are 2 games behind the Cubs. So makes things a little bit easier, but this is about to get really complicated really quick. And just because the Tigers did not finish tonight's game, they're up 4-0. I'm calling this a win. You are talking to your second place Detroit Tigers.
And that's a shame, be second place and be eliminated.
It is. But what a season. I mean, this young group is really coming together. Injuries are still stopping Riley Green from becoming the man he wants to be. He's getting Tommy John surgery on his non-throwing arm. So he should make a full recovery and nothing should come of this. But Sunday at 12. And it's conflicting because that's when the Cowboys game is. I'm going to be switching back and forth because that is Miggy's last game ever. And guess what? This is the first time in a long time Comerica is completely 100% sold out for a game.
And rightfully so. He deserves every bit of respect and love on the way out.
Fucking go, Miggy. It's going to be sad.
Hate to see him go, but it is time.
It is time. It is.
Thank you for everything you've done for the league, bud.
It's bittersweet to see him go because now we get one more DH spot for a young guy to hopefully come in and dominate. Now that puts me to my next segment. Oh, Giants scored.
Yep, it was a RBI single. They had a runner on third. They are 2 down though.
So, next segment, Jimmy. Your Orioles still got a huge win. Got a huge win tonight. How far does this Orioles season go? Because there might be a bet on this, depending on how outrageous you go.
How outrageous you want me to be? I'm feeling pretty risky tonight.
Are they winning it all?
You can say that.
You could say that?
You can say that.
You want to throw a log on the line?
Log on the line.
That the Orioles do not win it all. Right now.
Alright, log. The Orioles will win.
There
Let's
it
go.
is.
Orioles all the way.
That easy.
I could own 2 testicles, but, we'll settle for a log.
You could have.
It's a hell of a bet, bud. They've got some tough teams in the Rays, the Jays, and either the Houston Astros or the Seattle Mariners. And that's not getting to the National League side, who obviously the Braves over 100 wins, the Dodgers, the Brewers, the Phillies. The Diamondbacks, I don't see them going too far deep, but they've been a pesky team all year. And let's face it, if big if, and this is bias. I don't know.
Right? No.
If the Padres win out, now here's the thing: still a failure on the season, still a major fuck up.
But that's one of the scariest teams to go against.
They got hot and almost flawless at the perfect time if they do it.
Yeah.
And with everything going their way, because I mean they need a lot of things to happen to make the playoffs. If they make it to the playoffs, look out.
So now I have 2 questions for you. Who's winning the World Series if they don't make it?
If the Padres do not make it,
Your
I've been
gut
shitting.
feeling.
I've been shitting on them all year, but I'm gonna give it to them. I'm gonna give it to the Braves.
That's where I'm going. Now, if the Padres do make it, who's winning the World Series?
They're still the Padres, right? Don't get me wrong. I still think they're gonna be extremely dangerous. I think Musgrove will come back. I think Tim Hill will come back and help that bullpen. Machado won't get that surgery. He will keep batting the way that he is. Soto's gotten hot, leads the entire league of baseball in walks.
Hopefully Tatis will go on PEDs and start crushing it.
Tatis has been crushing it as of late.
But even further.
Honestly, I'm going to stick with the heavy favorites. I'm going to stick with the Braves. I see a repeat of 98, except for going in the Braves' favor this time.
And you would meet them in the second round then.
Yeah, well, they got the bye, yeah.
Yeah. That would hurt. So you beating the Dodgers again this year.
We've got their number in the postseason, but one is enough. No, I'm just kidding. No,
It's the start of a streak.
I really think because if we do start with the Dodgers, it's going to be a perfect time. Everyone hates them in that clubhouse. Everyone hates the Dodgers,
Especially pitchers' wives in the Dodger clubhouse.
So, I think that's going to fuel the fire that the Padres need. I think that's going to just continue what could be an amazing streak.
All to get blown up by Marcelo
by the Braves.
Zuna from the Braves.
From the Braves.
I think there's going to be some bets flying if we have a Braves-Orioles World Series, huh?
Oh yeah, it's gonna get personal.
It's gonna get mean.
I'm gonna get a Braves jersey just to spite your ass.
If they both make it, we're all getting jerseys.
My whole house.
Me sitting on the edge of the couch by myself. All right.
Jimmy's gonna be making bird noises over there. Jimmy, if the Padres make it, do you see their same fate in the second round, or what do you see? This is a big what if. They have to win every game.
And they need a lot of help.
And they need a lot of certain teams to lose, nonetheless, while doing it. Fuck. Facing the Braves is the hardest thing. I'm going to have to agree there. I think we're not going to be able to get past the Braves.
Now, and I will add this, not that this is an official stat, I really got to go and look it up, but I do believe we played them twice, and I think we only got one game out of 6.
And if it goes to extras, you're fucked. You're 0-12.
Yeah, unless they find some miracle magic once again. We've just been snake bitten in the extra innings.
So we got 2 Padre fans here. What do you do this offseason if they don't make the playoffs? If they lose tonight and it's over?
I'd say the biggest thing is
Lose tonight, Cubs win.
start investing into the bullpen and pick up an extra starter if possible, because we have 3 great starters, I think. I would like to see a 4th starter, but I'd like to focus more on the bullpen first.
Are you selling anybody? Killing anybody? Sending anybody out?
I'd like to see to not really sell too much.
Are you selling Juan Soto? You've been high on that.
I know. If we were to get rid of one person, I'd let Soto go for the trade value and for the price for it, and maybe get some players out of it. But yeah, that'd be. If we were to get rid of somebody big, I'd rather see Soto go, and let's get this bullpen strong.
What do you got, Mark?
Now, first and foremost, I want to touch on something. As far as huge disappointments goes, I'm not saying that Soto isn't up there, but Tatis is number 1. The suspension, the embarrassment. Not coming out and being a major contributor to every single game. He got paid, he fucked us, and then he fucked us again. Now, I'm not mad at him anymore. I'm not shooting any hate. Just facts. I love him and I want him to do the best. That being said, when you talk about this offseason, come offseason, we need to talk about two things, right? Sacrifices and come-ups. I say we sacrifice Soto and come up, like Jimmy said, come up on a bullpen. But also, I would like to come up on some coaching staff members. I want a real batting coach, a real hitting coach. I want Preller gone. I want that goon that they were talking about gone. I want Melvin to stay. I'll give Niebla another chance for that pitching staff. Give him some help in the bullpen. And I think you'd got a perfect Padres scenario. And if they fuck it off after that, well...
Just a Padre
Yeah,
bench at that point.
yeah. No, what are you going to do?
Rob Tricker. What's
Yeah,
the name
Rob
of the-
Tricker.
Mr. Tricker. You should never hire anybody named Mr. Tricker. I mean, that's just like James Bond.
He was just this guy from New Zealand and named president of baseball operations. And he got kicked out of the analyst fucking room because he didn't know.
Standard baseball.
I think the quote was, what they would define as talking to a child, what a child would understand, this guy didn't about baseball. That's a problem. And frankly, with Preller, I think Preller hits the panic button and sells off more than we should. Starts us over and fucks us.
Well, there's a reason why Blake Snell was on the not trade market, but trade rumors for so long. I feel like if you're running a well-oiled organization and you knew who you wanted, you know who you didn't, you would shoot those down immediately.
Yeah, that would have been put to bed. And now, mind you, this is hindsight because now he's a Cy Young Award candidate.
Right. Well, even at the point he was.
Yeah, but I mean, he's made more of a case as of late.
Mm-hmm.
And if any pitcher should have been on the trade block, it should have been Lugo. And now, hey, at first I was happy with Wood, right? Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Rich, was it Rich?
Oh, Rich Hill?
No, or yeah,
Yeah, but we thought he was going to come in and save games.
yeah. No, he went in as a starter and he got fucked up every start.
Now, we understand he is a starter, or was a starter before the Padres got him, but we also understand he's old and losing everything he has. So that's why Mark and I thought you'd be perfect to throw in and relieve.
Especially with Tim Hill and a couple of the other guys. I think at that time, Luis, trying to blank on his name. Forgive me, folks. 1 second here. Luis Garcia was also having trouble, and at the time we didn't have Robert Suarez. Remember, Robert Suarez was injured, and he's a huge setup man.
Yep. I think it would have been perfect. Plus, he's older. He just got traded to a new organization. Who is he to tell you no?
Right.
And he was having a terrible year, so there's not much you can do. Now, there are some nice starting pitchers, like Erod from the Tigers is going to be a free agent this year. It's a huge signing. Now, the elephant in the room, Shohei. Jimmy, where does he go?
Yankees.
You think Yankees?
Yep.
I personally think the Yankees are a little bit too far gone this season, and Shohei sees that. He wants to go to a contender right now, so he's going to go to the Tigers. No, I could see him. You know who has a big Asian market? Seattle.
Yeah.
I see him going to the Mariners.
They could use him.
And they've been in that playoff hunt right there.
Yeah, for the last 3 years.
If he's not going to a already made contender, he's going to the Mariners.
So, good question. I've seen a lot of ESPN talking about Shohei. Do you guys think he's lost a little bit of value this free agency without pitching for the next year?
I think that's what GMs and managers are going to tell him. And I think what he's going to tell him is go fuck yourself. I've already done this before.
It's a smart business,
Yeah.
because you want to get the best player at the cheapest
Right.
that you can.
And I don't think he loses value. If he does, it's minimum. Like I know minimum like 25 million, but he's not losing hundreds of millions of dollars. It's still fucking Shohei.
Yeah.
Where do you go, or where does he go? And why did the Padres not sign him?
So, two things. I think at 3 different places I see him going. So, this is part 1. The Yankees, the Red Sox, or the Dodgers. Now, the Yankees and the Dodgers because of obvious reasons. They've got the money. They're used to getting the big names, the household names. The Red Sox, an interesting fact was brought up to me. His teammate from Japan, Yoshida, Amanakarawa or something like that. Yoshi is over there. They're good friends. So I could see one of those 3 teams. I see that he goes after the payday, after kind of being shit on by the Angels, and after watching the Angels shit on Trout. And then either any of those 3 teams are contenders right now. Let's just face it, the AL is a tough conference. So
trust me, I know we're a 100-win team, not going to make the playoffs.
The Padres didn't sign him, which I understood and I actually agree with. They had their mindset on making everything work now with what they had. They didn't want to spend any more money. We already owe half of San Diego to Soto, so I get it. I say they still don't go after him because I think they can still put more pieces together economically and efficiently than just adding Shohei and nothing else. Don't get me wrong, I would love to have Shohei, but we need way more than just one arm.
We need a whole bullpen still.
No, I see that. Oh my goodness, the Mariners are making a comeback in the top of the 5th. They were down 4-1. It is now 3-4. They are playing for their lives right now. The Astros are another team I could see them being very interested in. They had a down year, a lot of injuries. Now, Astros are known. They're known that they will pay you if they really, really like you, and you will cover up for their cheating scandals. Now, the second part to this is Mike Trout has been given the option to explore trades. Does he get traded this year, this free agency, or do you think it's in season next year?
Now, refresh my memory. Didn't he just undergo surgery?
I don't believe he did, but he's always hurt, so I could be wrong.
I could have sworn there was something medically going on. Now, and I could be wrong. I'm not saying. I got to look that up. I haven't done my homework lately on Trout, to be honest. I've been super hyper-focused on 4 teams as of late. Regardless, now here's the thing. In my opinion, in Trout's case, if he takes this offseason to heal up, I think that shoots his value up. Because everybody who I've ever talked to, especially Angel fans, have agreed on one thing. Should Trout have had back support or the right pitching staff, Trout would have at least 2 rings. And I think if Trout can come back 100% and Trout goes to insert playoff contender or World Series contender with the right bat support, why not? Why not make it go? And that opens it up to like 8 teams.
No, I see that, and I think so. You dodged the question. Is it this year or next year?
Oh, I'm sorry. I say this year. Matter of fact, I say before April.
I see it. I see it too. This offseason.
Sorry, I was so high on. I was like, dude, he's got. In my opinion, he's got a second life.
He might. I don't know. The dude's dinged up a lot.
He is, but like I said, if he actually gets to take the time to heal up and not fuck around with anything,
and go to a team that doesn't need him,
Yeah.
like the Angels need him.
like the Angels wanted Shohei and Trout, like kind of like the Padres a couple of years ago, right? They wanted Machado and Tatis to be perfect every single night, especially in the postseason. That's the dynamic that the Angels created there, and frankly, I think if you give him a break and you let him do just what he needs to do,
They paid Rendon all that fucking money to do this.
right?
So, Angels dumpster fire. Fire sale. I see it now. They're gonna pull a Mets, but at the end of the season, I really do. No, I think Mike Trout is gonna be open to more teams than Shohei is, just because of where Mike Trout is in his career. But I definitely see Mike Trout,
And they should get him cheaper.
yeah, and I see Mike Trout heading his way to the NL. If I'm being honest with you, because the path there is easier, and your top teams there are top teams. Your top teams in the AL, we saw the Astros fall.
Yeah.
You know, like it's that quick in the AL. We saw the Yankees
And
fall.
the Red Sox.
Mhm. Yeah, so I see Mike Trout going NL for sure, and I see Shohei going to either one of the three teams that you said, or the Mariners if he wants to tap into that market. And the Mariners really do have a strong case for him.
And they've got nothing but future ahead of them. That helps any
And I know that
World Series talks.
And I know that the Reds, all the fans and analysts are saying that they're high on him because they're such a young team and they're just a pitcher away. Now,
Hold the phone, folks.
they
Cooper just went long, tied it up 2-2.
there you go. What inning?
Top of 7. No outs.
Gotta love it. So, Shohei, I think, is going to be the highest paid player regardless. I don't care if he's healthy or not. He will be the highest paid player ever. Probably a brand deal in there.
It's
too.
really hard to disagree because he's got everything going for him. He can pitch, he can bat, he can DH when he's hurt. I mean, he's proven that.
And he's going to make the team money. I mean, he has a whole
Those tickets will
fucking
sell.
continent cheering for him.
Yeah. And it's hard. Anytime he's up at the plate, it's hard to be like, all right, we can shut this down. He could be 0 for 4 going into extra innings, and it's like, fuck this guy again.
And I think Shohei, after this injury, goes to bullpen.
I would like to see how well he recovers before I go that far. Because who knows, right? Who was it? Was it Kershaw? I think it was Kershaw had a Tommy John, and he came back brand new.
Well, this is his second or third, actually.
Oh, is that right? Okay. That changes a little bit. But, like I said, I'd like to see the recovery. We'll go from there. It depends on how much they have to clean up in there and how long he's down. We'll just have to wait and see.
Last piece of news, Bucks get Damian Lillard.
And Jimmy Buckets is not happy. Investigate, he says. Tampering, he says.
It's all or nothing for the Bucks this year because after this year, they're all going to be so fucking old. It's this year. And the Suns gave up everything
For nothing.
for a little bit.
Man.
Classic Suns.
I would have liked to see them go after a little bit more than the 3 players that they got.
Still got a solid roster, though. You got that big-ish
The-
3.
Yeah, I was going to say the front 3.
But, well, that does it. Jimmy, do you have anything to add?
That's it.
Didn't think so.
Thank you for talking some shit. We'll see you guys Friday night to talk about Sunday.
And you guys will have to endure Cody.